Hi, my name is Kayla, and you will be spending Tuesdays with me. And, I understand Monday is also hosted by Kayla, so you get two Kaylas in a row, so I think that's a pretty sweet deal. Anyway, so a little introduction about myself. I'm 18 years old, and I will be attending a university this fall. My parents want me to major in political science, but I'm going to major in journalism. I just, like, political science just isn't for me. Like, I have the potential of doing okay or, like, slightly well in it, but I just wouldn't be happy doing it at the moment. And, journalism, it's a fine foundation for political science or pre-law if I ever do decide to do it. But, yeah. I reside in the sunny and extremely hot state of Washington in the United States. Yeah, it's quite hot today. It's about 60. Very, very hot. Okay, let's move on to the good stuff. Harry Potter. Um, right. So I'm supposed to state what house I'm in. Uh, I believe I'm a Ravenclaw, but for the longest time I thought I was a Gryffindor, mainly because I wanted to be a Gryffindor, just because Harry Potter was a Gryffindor, and a lot of my favorite characters too. But Gryffindor just seemed like the house to be in while growing up. Like, in the beginning of the series, you're either like a cool cat Gryffindor or a slimy snake Slytherin. Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff, I didn't really know much about them in the beginning of the series. It wasn't until later that you got to really know about Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff and see what they had some badassery in those houses. Um, right, but yeah, I'm a Ravenclaw or a Gryffindor or like a Ravendor. I'm still holding on to that Gryffindorness. So now I'm supposed to let you guys know my top 3 favorite characters, which is really, really hard because when listing favorite characters in Harry Potter, 3 is hardly a number, for me at least. But I'm going to have to go with Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, and Harry Potter himself. I really adore Sirius Black's character because, well, like, I have a huge soft spot for the Marauders, except for Peter because Peter is a filthy rat. But Sirius Black grew up in a pure-blood, aristocratic wizarding, like dark wizarding family, and he had many expectations to fulfill. He was supposed to be sorted into Slytherin, find a wife, and produce some spawn, and continue the Black family line. And he didn't do any of those things. He was sorted into Gryffindor, became friends with, like, Potters and a werewolf, and Peter was just there. And, he got kicked out of his house, and he never got married. But, anyway, I just really like him because he's cocky, he's very, like, risky, he's a troublemaker. Even after Azkaban, he was a troublemaker. And he just seems like a cool guy to hang out with. Moving on, my second favorite character, Remus. Actually, I say Remus most of the time because Remus just sounds like Venus, which sounds like penis. It just sounds like... Penis is a weird word. But anyway, so Remus, I really adore him once again because he's a marauder and he's had a horrible, like, home life, past, like, traumatic experience, there we go, being bitten by a werewolf and all. And what I really admire about him is that although he's had a very hard life, he managed to get through by finding, friendship in the Marauders, and he doesn't lash out at people or, like, unleash his anger because of that. Like, he keeps it in, but you can still see that he is bitter about being a werewolf, but he's learned to adapt, and that's what I really admire about him. And also, he's book smart and, like, intelligent and just a sweetheart. He's just a really nice guy. And he helps produce one of my favorite, well, actually my favorite, like my only favorite of the second generation, Teddy Lupin. He's my favorite of the second gen. Anyway, number 1 favorite, Harry Potter. I adore Harry Potter because, first of all, like, without him, this whole story wouldn't be this whole series wouldn't be a series. But just being able to watch him and, like, not just read about him growing up, but actually grow up with him and transform alongside him. He changed from, like, this naive 11-year-old mistreated, scrawny kid, and, like, he discovered he was the savior of the wizarding world, and he had to be the savior again. he's just a strong human character, very human and relatable character, very dynamic, because he's not perfect. That's what I really admire him. He is the hero, but he's not perfect. Like, he's very stubborn, quite reckless at times. He's very courageous and loyal, a leader. And by meaning, like, he's not perfect, I mean, like, he's not perfect at everything. He doesn't have perfect looks, perfect grades. I mean, seriously, he was lousy at schoolwork, but he got through, so good boy. And I just really admire him. Yep. Well, that's all from me, so I'll see you next week, okay? Bye.